Hello everyone and welcome for another FPL video here on the channel FPL. Today I'll be doing something quite different. I'll be starting a series here on the channel where we'll get to review top guns in our community league, talk about managers who has done very well in this game week of the league, and then get to talk about the top managers. So starting on with this, for game week 1, I'm going to go over through our top 3 managers in the league currently who scores well and did well in this game week 1. If you're not yet a member of the league, please join in now with the league code here. I've also added a direct link to join in the description below. If you get to join the league and you're not a member of our community on WhatsApp, I may do the review but not necessarily know who you are, so be sure to join our community on WhatsApp also. So after that, let's just go into it. Game week 1 ended with Erling Haaland running riot, and majority of the teams who have topped the league for this game week are teams with Haaland in them. So we'll go over them just in a quick bit and talk about what they've done differently and how we could learn from their decisions. So the top manager for this game week in our community league is Adebayo Mubarak. Zeno have the team called the Boyce, and this is how he selected his team for game week 1. He ended with 87 points and is currently ranked at top 51k in the world. Going down below, I could also see that he's ranked at top 3k in Nigeria. And looking at his team, it seems to be that he has went with 3 premium players, Salah, Son and Erling Haaland. What I particularly like about the team is that he went quite a bit differential at the back, trying to select out those players that are not highly owned in the defense position and could still do well. The team is quite different, especially in that defense position. Though these players may not necessarily continue to be outstanding in every game week to go on, but it's clear that I was looking in a direction that other managers were not looking at. I don't like the fact that he doesn't own a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold in that defense position, which should come back to haunt him. But in the first game, Liverpool did not seem so good, especially with Fulham. I also feel like Fulham came with a kind of rush to try and make a statement that they are back in the Premier League. And I honestly did not think they could go on this run for a very long time. But talking about Liverpool, their games are not going to be continuously bad, so I feel they should get a defender like Trent Alexander-Arnold. But a good shout out to him for the kind of team he has set up and how he lined up to this game week. We look forward to seeing him continue being one of the top managers in the league. Shout out to Adebayo, and we hope to see you more in the community. On to the next team. The next team is Kidsport FC, who also scored 87 points. The team is managed by Kidsport Jr., and it's quite interesting how he's lined up to this game week. He went with a 3-5-2 formation, with Haaland up front. I was brave enough to captain him for the game week 1. Something I feel that managers who have been playing the game for a while will not be brave enough to do in this game week. I'm majorly impressed by his selection in the midfield, where he has Kulusevski, Salah, Saka and Dewsbury Hall, who all went out to perform for him in this game week. Could have had a very perfect midfield, but McNeil was there to spoil it for him. He has done quite well with his selections, and though this team may not necessarily hold on the long while, but for game week 1 was very impressive. With the looks of the team and how it's shaped, he could go on for another 2-3 game weeks and still do well. The only advice I want to give to him is to try as much as possible to be more safer with his captaincy pick. But Haaland already looks like a good captain for game week 2, yeah? He's another manager who is now community league on WhatsApp and is from Nigeria. So shout out to Kid Jr. for setting up this team and for scoring such a high point in game week 1. And then to the manager who is 3rd position in the league, here's another brave manager that captained Haaland in game week 1. His team looks pretty good, but I could not help but notice that his defense is a little bit on the edge. I say on the edge because it seems to be lacking that one premium defender that I feel is necessary, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He also went a bit differential, having 2 8 million priced midfielders in his midfield, Kulusevski and Maddison. Shout out to Chukwuebuka. We will hope to see how we can keep up with this team. Going forward, I would like to point some things out. Firstly, we shouldn't read too much into the world ranks currently, because the total points are so close to each other as it's just in game week 1. Going forward to games like game week 5, 6 and 7, where we start to see a little bit difference in terms of points, we then can start reading meaning into the ranks and see how we can improve on our teams. Secondly, game week 1 wasn't also the best game week. Last season, the template to start the season was quite strong, where we had the likes of Manchester United's Greenwood, Rashford and Bruno Fernandes all scoring points. But this season, it didn't seem to kick off on a high, especially with the template teams. A lot of players who have performed highly this season are more of differential players. And going on to the season, a lot of this could change. So hold on to your horses and don't eject into making rash decisions. Going forward, I'll try as much as possible to continue this series on the channel. So if you've not joined our community league, be sure to do so with the league code here. And also join our community group on WhatsApp via the link I've dropped in the description below. That's it for now. Be sure to smash a like on this video if you enjoyed it so far. And if you're one of these managers who I've given a shout out to, be sure to identify in the comments so you could be appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and put a notification bell to keep up with this series and more FPL videos I'll be releasing subsequently. Tomorrow I'll be back with transfer tips video, and also before the game week 2, I'll release my team selection and also the game week preview video. So ciao, and I'll see you in the next one.